Spotlight Initiative is a global effort to address gender-based violence. It is funded by the European Union and it is implemented by United Nations agencies who work in close collaboration with a range of civil society organizations and other stakeholders. Spotlight looks at three key priority areas: child sexual abuse, intimate partner violence, and discrimination against vulnerable groups. Spotlight seeks to address changes in laws, policies, programs, institutions, services for survivors of gender-based violence, and importantly, the attitudes, the cultural norms, the social norms, the practices that we know perpetuate this kind of violence. We have 25% of Jamaican women who have reported physical violence at the hands of a male partner, and we have girls under 18 who make up 56% of all reported rape cases. This is a serious problem that we have. Spotlight Shorts is a storytelling project. It is coordinated by UNICEF in collaboration with the Jamaica Film and Television Association, JAFTA. We really wanted to harness the creative, amazing talent that we have in our local filmmaking industry, and we wanted to tell real stories about the experiences of survivors. So the result that you see in the films, it's tragic, it's intense, it's emotional, it's disturbing, but the films also reveal a lot of real bravery and a lot of hope. We chose the medium of film because it really has a value unlike any other. So we see news stories, but we can't access the real life experiences that are behind the headlines and behind what we read. The docudrama format really brings us into the experience in a way that's very close and emotional and compelling, and it stays with you. It lingers, it burns, it agitates, it gets you to think about the issues and to talk about the issues in a way that another medium perhaps would not achieve.
Action! Hey, presents time! Run down!
What I love about the story is that it's real life. When I first heard it from Rhonda, who is the subject of the film, I was like completely taken aback with her personality and her story, because her story itself is like a movie. And what stuck out to me about her story, which is the most controversial aspect, is when she just out the gate said, "I don't believe in women empowerment." So that took me by surprise. I was very humbled to hear her explanation though, when she told me that power isn't something that you can take from someone, it's not something you can give. Her philosophy is that we remind women of their power, and that it's something that they either didn't know was there or that they're giving, but it's always there.
I think that the story is beautiful, just the way that Rhonda interprets it, to believe that you cannot empower people. Power is within, so it's just to unleash that power.
I wanted to find my voice as a producer-director, and I did that through some workshops that I did, recognizing what kind of stories I want to tell. And so when the call came out for a story about gender-based violence against women and children, I thought this would be a good project to be a part of, because there is still the presence of gender-based violence and abuse of children, and people are not able to be themselves, and it's unfortunate. But what I see now is that people are now listening, people are willing to understand and show some more empathy, and I want to be that vehicle to help people to understand and show more empathy.
I had been writing for some time about trauma and women's issues. I want people to feel responsible as a part of society. I think we are to blame. I guess I wanted the viewer to think about things and ponder after watching about how they treat others, and also, if you're on the receiving end, how to identify with something that is taboo and not talked about but might be happening to you. And I think that's the beauty of storytelling, because it unifies us in a way.
Lights on set! David, what we're doing next is 16 when it comes out. To send the voice note. This is the next day.
Yeah, this is the when she before she gets to the park.
Yes.
We have a story here that not only details someone's abuse, but also someone who was not cognizant of the abuse, and how they felt that they should have protected their sibling. For victims, for family members of victims, like, you're not alone. There are others, there's support, and there's help to be found.
The inspiration for this came from a letter from a real-life victim of gender-based violence, and that's where I drew the inspiration from to create this story. I want you to take from this film that you can do something. There's something that you can do, and you can raise awareness. And if you're a victim, I know it's hard, but there will come a time where you can open up to persons, and through your testimony you can inspire some kind of change.
Gender-based violence is real. There are persons within our society that create a lot of atrocities towards young people, especially our girls and women, and we want persons to look keenly into this and to really stand up and to really call for change.
And action.
The message that I want the audience to take away from this story is we can overcome unbelievable difficulties if we just have faith and we really put ourselves in a position to overcome. With Delmarine, she's a true inspiration, somebody who's truly went through what we would consider hell, something that a lot of us could never survive. And she's not only surviving, she's trying to help other people go, overcome the same adversity.
The message that I'd like the audience to take from this story is, despite it being so specific, it's her story, but there's things to take from it. It's a lot of bringing awareness to the issue of gender violence, about domestic abuse, about sexual abuse, and to sort of just shine a spotlight, if you will.
I'm the founder of an organization called Girls First International, and we basically help to bridge the needs of girls who are vulnerable to victimization, particularly sexual victimization. And so I came in contact with Delmarine through some of the outreach activities. Knowing Delmarine's story and knowing the objectives of Spotlight Shorts, JA, it seemed like the perfect match. And so I would say her story pretty much inspired us wanting to present this to the world.
All the survivors who are involved in Spotlight Shorts are helping other people. They wanted to tell their stories so that survivors who are out there could also seek help, and this is extremely important. At the heart of Spotlight Shorts is the idea that creative storytelling has power. It has the power to inspire people to seek information that maybe they don't have about this issue, to encourage survivors to get help, to help people to examine their beliefs around this issue, and to provoke conversations that we need to have. So we are doing Spotlight Shorts at a national level to have a conversation about these issues, and we are also screening Spotlight Shorts at community level where we can facilitate discussions so we can probe these issues and learn more about why gender-based violence is perpetuated the way it is in Jamaica.
Thank you to Spotlight UNICEF for this opportunity, which can make me be a better man in the future.
I want to say thank you to Spotlight Initiative. We have a great team.
Thank you for trusting our vision, for funding our vision.
Thanks to JAFTA and UNICEF, big up yourself, because you have given me this opportunity along with other creatives to share.
Thank you Spotlight Initiative and UNICEF for giving us the opportunity to help to tell these kinds of stories.